Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and setup on the Shark AI Ultra Robot Vacuum Cleaner. This is model number UR2500SR. Now this sometimes is referred to as the blue one. It does have kind of a blue hue to it, and this is a couple years old. The reason I'm doing this review is this is popping up open box on Amazon and Walmart for under $200. I got this for $170. I think it's going to be an amazing robot because it has LiDAR navigation. They don't seem to change much from all their robots as far as Shark. So I think this is going to be a really good one. It's not currently available. So I think this popped up and they sold like 1,000 of them last month on Amazon. And I think Walmart sells a bunch of them. They don't keep these in the store, but on their website, you'll see this under 200, like $170 for a self-empty with LiDAR navigation. Is an amazing robot. I'm going to do the setup, and then we're going to do a review and see how it actually does. But I'm pretty sure it's going to do pretty good. I did buy this with my own money, and I was not paid for this video. So this will be my honest review on this. I will put a link to it. It may be unavailable right now. You can always search for this. And sometimes, again, it's referred to as the blue one sometimes. But I'll put a link to it in the description, and let's get started. Okay, here's everything that comes in the box. We do have brushes. We are going to want to, it does have LiDAR navigation, so be careful of this up here. This is fragile. It has a bumper. If there was something preventing the bumper, like during shipping, make sure you remove the shipping. Well, let's tip it over. It comes all assembled except for the brush rollers. So you're simply going to snap these on. These are just little squares. It doesn't matter what direction they're in. They'll eventually, there, just snap it on. There's a free wheel. These are fall off sensors. Sometimes you're going to have to clean these. Drive wheels, there's the brush roller. Now the brush roller you will have to clean once in a while, pinch those tabs. I like that there's a comb in here to kind of try to help get the hair off of the brush roller, but you will find hair wrap around the edges and stuff. So you will have to take this off, but it's super easy to take off. But I like that it comes all assembled. There's the door, put the front feet in, make sure each one of those tabs snap into place. This is where it's going to charge. Here's where it's going to self-empty, so it's going to back up to the base station. There's a vacuum cleaner inside here. It's going to kick on and suck everything out of this dustbin. So once in a while, you will have to clean this, but here's the dustbin. Everything's going to go in here. That gets pretty dirty, that filter. This filter also you'll have to clean and replace once in a while, but this is all real easy to work on. Now, when we dock the robot, there's the charging station. We're going to plug the robot in. There is a power switch on the back. And when we dock it, it's going to turn the robot on and we'll be ready for setup. We do have a dock button and a clean button, but let's take an overall measurement right at about 13.5 inches. And when we set it up to the Wi-Fi, this only works with the 2.4 gigahertz. All right, so 4 inches tall. Okay, let's take a look at the base station. This is a self-emptying base station and it's bagless. This chamber is going to fill up with whatever the robot's picking up. So when you want to empty it, press this button, take this over to the trash can, press this button, and everything comes out. Once in a while, you will have to clean this. Again, this is bagless. There's a little inspection window. That looks like to be about the size for a 30-day worth of vacuuming. Now up here, there is a filter. You will have to clean these filters once in a while. This is a foam filter. It's reusable. You're going to wash it out, rinse it, and then let it dry. And there's also another little filter in here. It goes down. This one goes down first. So put that one in, that one, and there are instructions right on top of this lid of how to clean it. Over here, there is a HEPA filter. So these you don't have to replace quite as often, but the HEPA filter will prevent kind of the dust from when the unit kicks on to empty everything out. The HEPA filter is going to catch everything. Now around back, we do have a power switch. So make sure this switch is in the line position. That's on. The circle is off. We do have cord wrap. The cord is permanently attached. It's 2-prong and it's 4 feet long. Here's what the bottom of the base station looks like. Now let's go over the wattage. Looks like it uses 120 volts, 60 hertz, 650 watts. Okay, now we're ready to put the base station. We will be putting it, you want to put it up against a wall and make sure there's about 2 or 3 feet clear on either side of it and about 2 or 3 feet clear in front of it so it can navigate its way back to the base station. Okay, so the measurement on this is about 12 inches by about 13. Now we do have some lights up here to show us that the dock station is plugged in and we'll show that's when it's charging. So the robot's not on. We're simply going to back it up and it will power it on. And it will be ready for setup with you got to download the Shark app and log in, and then we're going to connect the Shark app to this. That's the auto empty light, and that's what it sounds like when it auto empties. Okay, so in the Shark app, you're going to click add a device. Now you need to put the robot in pairing mode. So you're going to press and hold these two buttons at the same time.
I am ready to connect to Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi light's flashing and now it's in pairing mode. Now click this little check mark and click continue. Okay, now the robot is connecting to your smart device. I'm using an iPad. Now the robot's going to transmit a Wi-Fi signal and you have to join that Wi-Fi signal, so click join. If you don't see that pop up, you may have to go into your settings, into the Wi-Fi settings, and actually physically click on the Wi-Fi being transmitted by that Shark robot. And then hopefully it'll automatically go back to your original Wi-Fi when it's done setting up. Okay, that all worked. Continue. Okay, click your Wi-Fi and give it the Wi-Fi password. And now the robot is connecting to the Wi-Fi that you told it to connect to. Again, it only uses the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. And whatever device you're using, you do have to keep the screen open. You can't close this screen. Okay, that took about a minute. Now hit continue. Okay, it'll ask you to give it a name. You have to have about 40% battery charge. So you may have to let it charge for a while, but we need to do a mapping run. So now you're going to click on Get Started. So open all the doors you want it to map in your house. You should pick up like small items around the house and turn the lights on. Okay, let's start an explore run, or a mapping run is what I like to call it. It's going to randomly go around your house. The pattern won't make much sense, and stay away from it because that LiDAR navigation is going to be mapping your house. You don't want to interfere with it. Now you may be hearing that sound. That's the brush roller. It just sort of sounds like that. That's normal. The brush roller is kind of hitting that comb. But again, it's just randomly moving around your house, and it'll let you know when it's finished. Okay, here's the map. It did a pretty good job. Again, Shark is relatively basic, but it does have LiDAR, so it does a pretty good job. So yes, approve. You could do re-explore if you wanted to. It does show you where the base station was. We need to create room names. So add rooms. So see how it's generic right now? Let's hit the add button, move this, and then you can control the shape of it. So I know this is one room. And another, we got to label these rooms. I know this is another room. Label. Room 2 is it's the den. Update. This one is the basement. Update. Done. Now, no-go zones are going to be super important on these. Add zones. You can skip it and see where it's going to get stuck, but I know it's going to get stuck over here. There's a computer desk, let's say. So these are it's not going to clean in that area, but at least it won't get stuck and it'll find its way home. And I also know over here, there's kind of an area it struggles with. And hit done. So this does have matrix clean. They want you to give it a try. We're not going to do that right now. So here's the home app on the Shark. Battery status, at least it shows you the map. You can clean the whole home. You can do rooms, select which rooms you want to clean, deselect that one. You can do matrix clean. You can do spot, move the spot around. You can't make the spot bigger, but you can move it around. Oh yeah, no, you can't. Go back to rooms, home. You can do 3 levels, eco, normal, and max. Okay, so to go to the settings for this robot, click the 3 little lines. Now go down here and hit settings. Now you have to pick the settings for which Shark. I've got a bunch of Shark ones. Now you want the settings for the Shark. So register your robot is very simple. The robot name, that's the volume. It's going to speak to you. I don't mind that. Do not disturb. We want to make sure this is on. These things will start. 10 to 6, that's perfect. They will start in the middle of the night because, well, recharge and resume is off, but you want that on. You want it, if it doesn't finish and it needs to recharge, have it go back, cleaning preferences, save power, so it'll remember the last level you used. Evacuate, there's delete maps, factory reset, firmware, so that's about it. Now under those three little lines you can view the history, create a schedule, and modify the map for the blue shark. Now creating a schedule is very important. I think it's easier to tell it to stop cleaning than to remind it to go up and hit the clean button or do the clean button here. So put it on schedule 2 or 3 times a week, and if it's bothering you, just go down to it, or even in the app, you can tell it to go home. Okay, let's do a room clean. Let's have it clean this room and deselect. Let's just do a standard clean, normal, start cleaning. Okay, it should undock itself and start cleaning this room right here. Shark robots will do that at the very beginning. They turn around just to kind of use the LiDAR to locate themselves. Then it should go around and do the perimeter of the house. Now again, that you hear that brush roller hitting it. When I first started reviewing sharks, I thought that was a problem, but this seems to be a normal. I mean, it sounds like a mechanical thing hitting something, which is not a good sound, but that is normal for shark robots. Wow, this one is relatively quiet. Let's bump that up to max. Okay, that sounds more like it. Medium I don't know if it was, I'm probably gonna wanna run this in max. Since it has LiDAR, it is able to do the straight lines. And as far as obstacle avoidance, it has to be high enough for the LiDAR to hit it or the bumper to hit it. And the bumper, it can't be lightweight. So if it hits it, it can just move it if it's lightweight. But if the bumper can hit it and activate, then it will turn around. But if you got if your dog makes a mess on the floor and it's not 4 inches high, it's probably gonna run it over and make a big mess. Also, if you have an iPhone cable on the floor, it's gonna run it over. There is no sensor on the front to look out for things. It has to rely on that LiDAR navigation. I will be comparing it to this one. This one goes on sale all the time, this White Shark AI. That's a 60-day bin. You can see that's a 30-day bin. But they keep everything the same. Like, filters are the same. I think the robots are identical. I mean, I've had about 10 of these Shark robots, and they just don't vary by a whole lot. The Detect Pro, it's got some fancy features of detecting dirt inside but it's pretty much the same robot underneath everything, but they make a ton of these. I don't recommend the 2-in-1 vac mop, because the mopping, you got to do a carpet verification run is really, really hard. Now I do recommend Shark robots for basic cleaning. Just, are they going to clean as good as a Dyson? No. You're still going to have to vacuum this floor. But the nice thing about it is they do good with pet hair. Now, again, you have to do the maintenance on these. Once a month, I call it. If you've got this on a schedule once a week, you need to take the filters, clean them at least once a month. And same with the filters on the base station. So they do have some work, but to say they don't work is not true, because you're gonna notice if you put this on a schedule once or twice a week and you go empty that dustbin, it's gonna be full. So they do work. But do they replace a standard stand-up vacuum cleaner? No. But they actually do a good job. And again, I'm showing it on carpet. It does just as good a job on hardwood floors. And again, anytime say you want to tell it to go home, just tell it to go home. But let's pause it. I just want to see how good it's doing. Yeah, see? Look at that. It's doing a really, really good job. I don't have a lot of dog hair because I've had these other ones working, but I have had a lot of this stuff in the carpet, and it's getting it up. Again, what that sound you hear is somehow this is hitting those. I don't know exactly sure, but it's normal. At first, when I had sharks, I didn't think it was normal. Made a big mess, but let's just tell it to start cleaning again. Okay, when it's all done, it's going to go dock itself. here's where that sound is a little bit more prevalent, but it's going to find the dock, turn around, and then the auto empty is going to kick on. Now, it might be taking a little bit longer because I got all these other robots around it. It does want you to have it kind of clear, but I found that typically they do work close to proximity to things. Okay, it's lined up. Now it's going to back up. Okay, so when it backs up, it's going to kick on the auto empty system now. Okay, there's all the dirt and debris going in there. $171. That's pretty incredible. All right, now it's ready to go for the next time. Again, I'll put links in the show description. I don't know if it's going to be available. Look out for it. Typically, it isn't an open box or renewed, but I really do love this one. But it's $300. So $170, that's you know, $130 cheaper, and I think it's the same robot. So be sure and check me out over on Instagram, and I have a Facebook page and a Facebook group page. If you could hit a follow on those platforms, I really would appreciate it. I do free giveaways on there also, so I love buying these products with my own money. That way I can give you an honest review. Should you buy this? I spend my own money on the product, and I can tell you whether or not that's a good spend or not. So again, I'll put links underneath the description. If you click on those links, the products won't cost you anymore, but I get a small commission from the sale. It is a way of helping support my channel. That way I can continue to do what I do, buy the products. I'm not held by anybody emailing me saying, hey, we didn't like that video, or we don't like what you said about this. This is my honest opinion. I'm not in contact with these brands. I order them off of Amazon or the Roborock website or wherever I can get them. Sometimes I have to wait. They're out of stock, and that's okay. But I just love giving you the honest review, spending my money on it. It's a whole different story. When that money comes out of my checking account, $660 on that robot, I really have to pause and think, okay, is it actually worth it? You know, because that's a lot of money for these robots. And so that way I want to give you the pros and cons, tell you what I think. And again, we got lots of exciting videos coming up soon. I'm actually doing some really fun stuff on Instagram and TikTok, having a lot of fun there. So follow me on those if you want to see just quick tidbits on these products. I can't give the full 20-minute video. I mean, I guess I could on TikTok, but I want to do like voiceovers on TikTok and Instagram. I want to give you kind of like a small, hey, pointers on different things. You know, I know these robots so well that I want to start giving pointers and tips. So follow me on there. I'll be like, hey, this is how I'm cleaning the Roborock today. And you know, it may not work in a full length. I have the full length YouTube videos, but sometimes those get to be 10 minutes on how to clean a Roborock. But check me out on Instagram, TikTok. I'm going to be doing some fun things. I'm super excited about that. Again, really do appreciate everybody's support. If you could follow on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And if you could use the links down below the YouTube video and hit the like and subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. Again, thanks so much. I love what I do. And again, my wife says I have a hard time getting off these videos. So I'm sorry, but I just love what I do. And thank you so much. And look who just woke up from her nap. She's been sleeping and she always knows when I'm doing videos. Was that good? Oh, you're such a good girl. Tell everybody hello, Fiona. No more treats. You're treated out. Okay, you talked me into it. One more. I think I give her too many treats. No more. 2 is enough. 2's all you get.